Hello everyone. So, I'm here today on this channel to talk about a very important update that now we have seen on the National Board website that the dates for the December MCI exams are there, and so I thought it's a good idea to talk about the dates and the strategy. I'll just share with you the notice that we are talking about. So this is the notice where they are saying that the FMG exam for December 2021 session will be on 12th of December, and they are also mentioning that there will be a dental screening test on 12th of December, and NEET MDS is on 19th December, and till February March they have given a calendar. So one thing is there that what we understand is that December there was a lot of speculation that will they have a FMGE exam in December or not, and now with this notice it is clear that they are going to have a exam. And so it is important if you are a foreign medical graduate preparing for the screening exam, and if you have given this year's July exam and the June exam and you've not done well, or you want to your first time appearing for the December exam, this is the time to like make a quick strategy and start working on it, because the dates are there. And as far as I understand now the board is not looking to postpone or change the schedules of any kind of exams related to doctors now. So it seems like that here onwards the exams for doctors or any competitive exams are unlikely to be postponed until and unless we are hit by a massive wave of cases or that kind of thing that happened earlier. But all said and done, now the exams are happening. Recently the INI CET exam also happened. So I believe that for FMG foreign medical graduate students, this exam is now very important, because we know from 2023 the FMG exam will be merged with the next exam. So this is the window that you have, that in this year and probably in the 2022 you will have the FMG exams, and after that there will be a next exam to be given, which will have 2 steps and the difficulty level will go up. So I think it is a good exam to target. The date is 12th of December, and this is going to be in the current pattern. Like we saw the exam recently, there are 2 papers, which basic sciences, clinical sciences, a mixture of one-liners and clinical vignettes, and mostly a doable paper. So this paper will be in the current pattern, just like the previously done patterns. And I believe that I believe that a lot of foreign medical graduate students, I want them to know that the paper pattern is evolving. Now what is now changing in the paper pattern is that now in the foreign medical graduate exam there are a lot of questions which are visual in paper. There are questions which are slightly integrated, and there are questions from every topic. And even in a subject like anatomy, they ask questions which have slight clinical relevance rather than only a factual question. So what I've learned is the mantra for passing the FMG exam surely is to be, to cover all subjects. Now, what I've seen is a lot of students, they get misguided by the idea that, we can do only 5 major subjects or 6 major subjects and we will pass it in 2 months, 3 months. While the paper is at a good difficulty level, it is difficult to do it in the last 1 month or 2 months of preparation. And secondly, it is difficult to do if you only read a few subjects. You have to target getting at least basic understanding of every subject. The paper pattern is evolving. It is becoming more and more applied. And this pattern will actually stay for foreign medical graduates, because ultimately when it gets merged with the next exam in 2023, then the paper will become more and more applied and more integrated. So these are the last few opportunities where we have the paper in the previous pattern. But when I say previous pattern, don't get misguided that you need to, I see some students that they feel that they have to mug up the previous FMG MCQs to get into the next, while every year they're asking a kind of some new questions, some new visuals, and all that adds slightly to a difficulty level. However, I have seen that people who are studying a good dedicated 6 months period with covering all subjects, asking their doubts, understanding, and mixing their preparation with theory and MCQ both are usually able to pass it in the first go itself. So the key words here are, please seek to do all subjects. Don't pick and choose. Okay, I will read only this subject, I will read only this subject. You try and cover almost all subjects. And second is, do a mix and match of theory and MCQs. I want you to do theory as well as MCQs, because I see a lot of students, they are only reading notes when they are preparing for FMG exam, and lot of students who only doing MCQs. And as soon as the question is framed in a new language, the answer goes wrong. This is a very, very important paper, and I want to tell you here onwards that in this entire year, every exam that would happen would have at least 4 or 5 questions from COVID. So it is also a good idea that if you are appearing for December FMG exam, get a hang of the usual topics. COVID is always asked, pneumothorax, we saw this in the last FMG exam, emergency conditions, so we saw all that in the last FMG exam as well, and I believe we will see them in the next FMG exam as well. The pattern that I have observed for the last 2 FMG exams is that even the basic sciences are asked with clinical relevance. Number 2 I have seen is people who are, working on all subjects have an edge over others. And the number 3 thing that I have noticed in all FMG exams is that they are asking more usual topics now. So earlier the board was criticized for asking some unusual topics in a licensing exam. So I have noticed in the last 2-3 FMG exams, the stress has been more on the usual topics. Like if we see the last FMG exam, it was more about the usual topics, usual questions. And it becomes more and more sensible for you to know the usual, that means the common things that are happening, the common diseases that are happening, the common emergencies that are happening, and you get a hang of the usual topics in each subject. So at DAMS, we are, totally committed to this cause. And we always want to tell the students who are appearing for FMG exam that, you need to spend those 5-6 months fully onto preparation, and you need to balance your time. When I say balance your time is that, you can't spend those 5-6 months only reading 2 subjects. That would backfire. But if you can somehow balance your time to spend that 5-6 months covering the entire syllabus, all 19 subjects, so that because in every subject, like for a short subject like radiology, the questions will be so easy to do if you have attended a 6-hour session, and in DAMS, we did a 6-hour session for FMG graduates, and out of that we saw every question in the exam was from that session. So if you invest that kind of money, that kind of time, when we talk about preparation, the time is money. So when you invest your time into every subject, even into short subjects, you get better returns. So when I say better returns means that, like for example, if you were reading only 5 big subjects and on the exam day you found them to be tough, you would be struggling. But if you invested your time into every subject, you will get maybe 5 questions right from a short subject, 6 from another subject, 2 from COVID, and you will be able to make that score of 150 with ease. Most important thing is balance your time. And another part of balancing your time is that you need to devote almost equal time to theory and MCQs. I usually believe in a ratio of 60-40. Every day reading time, 60% should be devoted to your theory learning and 40% to your MCQs. And that is where I would recommend to all students who are aspiring for December FMG graduates, FMG exam, is that I would always recommend that do practice your questions from DQB, and keep the balance, notes questions, and keep doing the tests that the teachers are allotting you every week. And I would want you to divide your preparation into 2 phases. Now, there will be an initial phase where we will be like suppose we are preparing from July onwards till a December exam. So there will be a phase from July to October where we will focus on building up concepts, interacting with teachers, making notes, asking about doubts, doing tests, practicing question banks. Then there will be a final phase of 1.5 months where you will only revise your notes, no new stuff, only revise your notes and do full course papers. So if we are able to do this kind of a pattern, full course papers in the final months, and in the initial phase we build up the concept. This is the, the like, so we have to divide our time longitudinally in terms of how I will utilize my 4-5 months, and I have to divide my day also into a transfer section where I will divide my day into MCQ solving as well as concept building. And I will, in the initial part, my concept building will be live interactions with the teachers and discussions, and in the final part it will be the mock tests and the revision of your notes that you have already made. So, if I, put the simple mantra in your idea, is that I have seen every year any student who is doing these two things, say, spending 50% or 60% time on concepts, making notes, revision, and half of the time practicing MCQs either from DQB or grand test or mock test or class test, MCQ practice. If you are able to do this balance, you would 100% be passing this exam in flying colors. We have to make a strategy and we have to stick to it. The only thing is, I don't want you to gamble. The gambling is that I see a lot of students who are appearing for FMGE exam, they get somehow misguided by somebody who would tell them that you can do it in 1 month. See, medical subjects are vast. You need to spend 5-6 months over it. You cannot do it in 1 month. Or somebody might tell them that, okay, do only 3 subjects and you will pass. And sometimes the exam board will do a flip-flop. Like, for example, I have seen in the past, sometimes in the part 1 of the paper, they ask more clinically relevant questions. And if you are leaving clinical parts, it becomes struggle. Many times people will tell you part 1 is more easy, only focus on part 1 and only do little bit of part 2. And again, you will, if the part 1 comes tough, your result will be, unsatisfactory. So what I want you to know is that let's not gamble. Let's focus on doing the basic concepts on all 19 subjects, balancing our preparation between the concepts and the MCQ practice. And and focusing on what the board is now doing. We are now looking at say the integrated questions like basic sciences with clinical relevance. We are looking at some small clinical vignettes. It is important to notice FMGE exam is a mixture of one-liners and clinical vignettes, but these clinical vignettes are not very long. Don't get misguided. They are not like USMLE. They are just like 2-3 line long clinical vignettes and image based questions. This is the broad mix of questions in the current pattern of FMGE exam. And we know that in December there will be an FMGE exam. Please, buck up and start working for it. I also want you to know that DAMS has now created a special interactive course for foreign medical graduates. This is an interactive course. That means it is on the mobile app, but this is not pre-recorded. This is a live sessions. There will be a schedule on that scheduled day. A live lecture will happen. You will interact with the teacher, and later on the recorded access will be given to you for that lecture to revise for multiple times. Online test series will be added in this course. There will be access to DAMS question bank, and special mock tests will be conducted in this course. There is an option of 6 months and 12 months access to be taken, and we have seen a very, very high strike rate from DAMS notes in the FMGE exam. Plus, we will do a lot of doubt solving events on the app so that we make sure that you are well prepared for the December MCI exam. For the first 50 students who join this course, there will be a hard copy study material also sent to you. You can join this course and you can WhatsApp at the number provided 9899664533 for details and for the discount coupon. And we are starting the batch tomorrow. I wanted you to know that why I believe this is a game changer for foreign medical graduates, because there are a lot of courses available for FMG students, but they are mostly pre-recorded. And DAMS has gone a step further by creating a course which is live and interactive, and with doubt solving events, hard copy material, access to QBank, test series. Like, we believe that if we do the full circle and if we work together, we can make a massive difference in the passing rate of the exam. We saw in the last FMG exam as well, the students who had joined the various DAMS app-based courses for FMG as well as the ultimate live course, and we saw massive improvement in the results, and we saw almost everybody who was a DAMSonian, they passed the last FMG exam. Last FMG exam, we had a massive strike rate in the exam as well. So we believe we can make a big difference in this sector. So we have gone a step further, and we have now made a special course for the December MCI screening, December FMG exam, which is going to be an interactive 2-way live course on the eMedicos app. And I want you to start looking at your medical career as a journey, not as a destination. When I mean this is like, sometimes I meet a lot of foreign medical graduate students who are, somewhere, living in a, say, a past trauma. Sometimes what happens is, when you go abroad, you may not have studied for the first 2 years to the level you might have wanted to. Sometimes you may have, lost your way in between. But here onwards, I want you to forgive yourself for anything that has happened in the past, and I want you to move forward. And I want you to trust your teachers and, create a mentor-mentee kind of a relationship with teachers. Follow every word that the teachers are saying. If the teacher tells you to revise the notes, do it. If the teacher tells you to do and go and solve the MCQs after the class, do it. Follow the discipline of a live class. You will see things happening. And do not put undue pressure on yourself by thinking about negativity, because there will be negativity around you. You will meet people who will say that he knows somebody who could not pass the exam for 2 years, 3 years, and everything would happen around you. But I want you to stick to positive, seek positivity everywhere. Anytime you feel that you are, somebody is giving you more negative vibes, block them. Focus more on positive people, positive mentors. Focus on your teachers and try to build a circle of positivity all around you. If you create that circle of positivity around you, you will be able to, make it happen, and you will be able to generate energy in yourself. And also, I want you to look at the FMGE exam as a part, one of the stands in your journey. It is not the final destination. You have more things to achieve in life. I just wanted to, give you a note in the end of this session today, that I have seen many previous Damsonians who joined us for foreign medical graduate exam, screening exam, and then they followed it up with the NEET PG coaching in DAMS, and I saw many of them have actually entered into premium institutes. There are interviews on this channel of foreign medical graduate students who have even joined and reached up to AIMS, and they are doing their post graduation in clinical specialties in AIMS. So everything is possible. It is like you cannot choose the situation, but you can always choose the reaction. You can always choose whom to follow. And I believe that there is a lot to be done. If you look at FMG exam as one of the path, one of the gateways in your journey, it is not your destination. Your journey is bigger. So if you plan that entire journey, you will find that it will become more. You will become more positive. Seek positive mentors. Please forgive yourself for any mistake in the past, so that when you move forward, you can move forward with more positivity. I'm kind of repeating it again. Anybody who gives you negativity, please avoid them, so that this is a short period. We have a 6-month odd period to prepare. We know the dates are there in the December exam. So somehow we need to become a packet of positivity, become a a rocket full of positive energy, and we can so that we can we can maximize our efforts and maximize the results. And on part of DAMS, we have created a very special course for you, which is a live 2-way interactive course. And I believe this can be the game changer for your December FMG exam. I wish you all the best, and stay focused, keep studying hard, make it happen. Look at FMG exam as a journey, as a part of your journey, not your final destination. Your final destination is same as your final destination is the dream that you saw when you entered the medical career. Don't get confused in between. You had those big dreams of becoming a great surgeon, great cardiologist. Keep them alive. You can see them happen. I have seen people do it, and it is your choice to look at one positive example, seek positivity from them, seek positivity from your teachers, attend live sessions, interact with teachers, make notes, make it happen. I wish you all the best. God bless everybody.